Sup guys, we're gonna do a little bit of low effort content in between the uploads. Writing, scripting, editing, and all that good stuff for a video is pretty time consuming, but what can fill the time is a good OTS championship win. I believe it was 28 players taking part in this. So let's go ahead and dive into a deck profile and kind of dissect this weird deck. It's a variant of Unchained. There's only supposed to be one variant. It's supposed to be pure. Not today. Let's go ahead and check it out. All right, let's go ahead and begin the deck profile. Vanquish Unchained. Really weird, but definitely, first of all, fun, non-linear, flexible, but a little bit more bricky. We'll talk about that as we get through the profile. We're playing a very standard Unchained engine. This is nothing you guys haven't seen before. Minus the TGUs. We'll talk about that later. But 3 Shavara, 3 Arawa, and 3 Abominations Prison. These are your starters. These are also 9 fire targets. Let's not forget that. We're playing a Vanquish engine, and yes, we are playing Stake Your Soul in this deck. So, fire targets are important. We have so many fire targets in this deck that it doesn't even matter. Stake Your Soul will always be summoning a fire. Next in line, we have 3 Chamber, 2 Escape of the Unchained. Reason being we're playing 3 Chamber is that I prioritize the grind game. I understand that drawing Escape is a better tool, just drawing it on its own as its own interruption, but Chamber setting from the deck is a really powerful tool, and you need it in the grind game specifically because we're not main decking the blue dog. I find myself needing Chamber more than I need Escape. Next up, we have our one-ofs, the typical Unchained one-ofs that, it's pretty standard up to this point. We're playing 1 Sarama, 1 Rakea, 1 Abominable, and 1 Shyama. Again, no big blue, we're just playing these. Good normal summons. Let's not get that wrong. This is a bit annoying to draw, but sometimes it's good when you have combo because you can chain block you one of your traps when you go ahead and, Shavara pop it. And Shyama is never good to draw, but we have more discard outlets in our deck now that we're playing a Vanquish Soul engine. We will talk about that in a bit. But nothing new with the Unchained engine. I think most of us have been seeing the same thing. Here, these are all the fiends, the 2-card combos, yada yada yada, all that good stuff. Alright, VS stuff. Once I organize it, I'll cut to it. Alright, boom. VS cards. 2 Raisin. 1 Mad Love. I'm doing this in kind of like reverse order, but you get it. And then 3 Stake. 1 Continue. So, we're playing 3 Stake. Stake Your Soul is the actual combo with this deck. It is a 1-card Yama. If you pick up Raisin, you go Stake, Reveal Fire, summon Raisin. Raisin adds Mad Love for Continue. And then you overlay into Dugaris the Timeless, who is a fiend, by the way. You go Dugaris effect to draw 2, discard 1. Continue will summon back the Mad Love. Surprise. You have 2 fiends on your field now. And then you can make Yama. Not full combo, but just summoning Yama is good enough for this deck. And considering that you're digging for more cards as well, it's extra good. If you open multiple Vanquish Soul cards, you search Heavy Burger. Heavy Burger's good going second. Let's explain real quick why the VS engine is, better. I wouldn't say it's better than TGU. TGU has its own merits, but it's more flexible. It's a meta call, this version. It's better going second, obviously. Normal summon Raisin into a board. You have 15 fire targets in your deck, so you're near guaranteed to have a pop with this Raisin, no matter what. Raisin add a dark, blow up the column, and as well as you have, a tag out for your Raisin. So if it receives any targeting, who knows, a Fenrir is pretty common in this format. Heavy Burger can tag out, rather, and then you can continue playing and maintain a lot of card advantage and follow-up. I really enjoyed this, and I recommend that you guys just test this out and see what your experiences are. It's very different than just going normal summon tour guide and trying to full combo. It gives your deck a B game as well. Better play through Shifter, better play through TC Boo, and let you potentially set up into a Nightmare Phoenix. Who knows? It is a really big asset. A lot of flexibility that this engine provides. Reason we're playing 2 Raisin, by the way, normal summon ratios. We're playing 3 normal summons in our VS engine and 2 real normal summons in our Unchained engine. You don't like drawing these if you can't normal summon them, so that's the reasoning. As well as I never missed a 3rd Raisin. Vanquish Soul stuff over. Record time explanation. Moving on to the non-engine. I will post a screenshot at the end of this, or like at like I'll put a timestamp of the full main deck laid out. I'll just give a little screenshot. You know the deal. All right, let's go. 3 Ash, really good, especially at my OTS. There is a lot of branded. You do need to main deck this card, and I love it. It's just a great card. Best defensive card in the game. Pretty good offensive card. You know, it's a 8 out of 10 hand trap right now. Probably the best one. That's the best hand traps they're gonna get. Nib. Nib was, it was okay. There were a lot of games that it was dead, but fortunately enough, when you play a hit or miss card, you're playing Unchained, so you have the most readily accessible discard outlet in Abominable Unchained Soul, which you summon basically every time you go second. And if you never use your Nib, well, it's great. It's discard fodder. So your dead cards do get value, which is what I like about this deck. So I can afford to play Nib. It's also just the best going first card in the game. I think I nibbed like once or twice this whole tournament, which is hilarious. Didn't draw the card too frequently, to be fair. Did draw it a 6 card a couple times. But I nibbed Dark World once and I nibbed Branded once. And it was okay both times. Moving along, 3 Imperm. I picked Imperm out specifically. It's just the most flexible one that I wanted. A little bit more flexible than Books. I wasn't super confident in Book of Moon, so I liked Imperm. Better 6 card, better breaking boards. Surprisingly enough, it's also a good thrust target. I've had to sometimes thrust into boards, and you can going second, you can go thrust on an empty board, grab Imperm, and this wasn't at the OTS, but recently I went thrust, search Imperm, and negate a 4 material Noir. This was in my main deck, of course, so allowed me just to straight full combo this guy. Felt great. Anyhow, moving along. Tactics cards. I don't think it needs too much explanation why these cards are really good in this deck. Thrust, set traps. Thrust right now in general is just exceptionally strong. I wanted to main deck Feather Duster in this version, but my friend convinced me out of it, and instead to play these 3 cards. Last weekend of Kashtira, and you're like, okay, turn off the video, this isn't real. Even in this current format, I think I would still play like 3 Kaijus. Kaijus at the moment are pretty interesting when it comes to beating Unchained, as well as just outing singular monsters that are annoying to you. For Branded, you can out Mirror Jades, you can take an M-Pen off the field. There are a lot of things that a Kaiju can do at the moment. Kurikara is really strong, specifically with the Vanquish Soul cards, not just because it's a fire target, but because Raisin, just normal summon Raisin, baits out a lot of interaction from your opponent, and it makes your Kurikara alive basically instantly, and just summoning a big guy that can swing over cards, and then, who knows, against like a Minadium player, you might be able to take a Floor at the end phase, or take a Fenrir, or there are a lot of good things that you can take with a Kurikara. So I played it. It didn't perform exceptionally well, to be honest. Again, played against a lot of Branded, and it wasn't really the best card in that matchup. But yeah, this would be a card I would change, but it was all right. All right, main deck over. That was a little bit long of an explanation, so we'll try and knock these next couple out quickly. Starting off with Rock of the Vanquisher. You're playing Vanquish Soul, and you only need one of this, to be honest. Your engine is good enough that, or small enough that you don't need more than it. But you should play it. It's good. Next in line are the Unchained cards. We got 1 Rage, 2 Yama, 2 Anguish. Play 2 Anguish over the 3rd Yama. I like this card better in the grind game. You basically make it every turn past turn 0. So, do you need it? It does come up. The 1 Abomination. Pop everything. We'll get into our utility links and the Nightmares. Muckraker. 3 Nightmares. Nightmare Phoenix is also just exceptional. The Nightmare cards in general are exceptional. Because they synergize extremely well with how Rock's arrows point down. So you can typically get a free spell trap pop. I've used my Vanquish Soul engine to try and play around Cosmic by going Stake Your Soul, get a couple bodies on board, and then go Nightmare Phoenix, get a free pop. As well as the fact that it's also a Fiend, so it helps you link into Yama. Really strong combo. And a lot of utility going second, outs goes in match. And your end board, if you full combo someone, it's like it's 3-card combo. But you also get like a draw 2, discard 1 within it. So it's not really a 3-card combo. You get 7 cards to do it. Is Nightmare Griffin and Rock of the Vanquisher also have synergizing arrows. You can typically protect your Rock pretty well, force a battle phase out of your opponent, and then they have to deal with... this is typical end board. Whoops, out of frame. This is typical end board. for full Vanquish Soul combo with both traps set. That's called an FDK, by the way. And the Nightmare Unicorn, because it's a Fiend and it's a Nightmare, it's pretty good. Last link was Underworld Goddess. You need to play it. You just need to play it. No Zeus in this extra deck. I played Underworld Goddess over the Zeus. These 3, the Dugaris I already showed you, the DDD I already showed you. I play a Machinex just because the Fluandereeze matchup, you need it. You just need it. It's your only good card you can end on if you get shifted. Moving along. Last thing. Side deck. Alright, we'll start off with our one-ofs. 1 Feather Duster. Play Thrust. Play the Feather Duster. Unchained Soul of Disaster. You need this card for grind games. A lot of people talk about it going second, but specifically against Branded Chimera, which I was expecting to play a lot against this weekend, you need this card, and I cited in every time against that deck because we're always going into the grind, and this card is so powerful. This card single-handedly outgrinds so many decks. You just summon back all your links from the graveyard, and you keep Yama, add back, Yama, add back, Yama, add back. Or non-stop summoning Anguish, non-stop summoning Sarama, get your traps back in rotation, set Chamber, you know, and you just loop at this thing over and over again. Keeps you in the game. Alright, 3 Mistaken Arrests. This card is the FTK. This card reads, for those who don't know what this card does, it says, until the end of your next turn, after this card resolves, neither player can add cards from their deck to their hand except by drawing them. Your deck already adds from the graveyard a bunch. You can Yama add back from graveyard to keep the resource loop in check. You don't need to add from the deck, realistically. And even then, you can go Thrust set as well, which is the hilarious thing. So you never need to add, really, except if you're normal summoning Raisin. By that point, you've already picked the combo. You get the whole deal. And this is a mega FTK versus Flu. I wanted something that just destroyed Flu. And this card, they can Featherstorm you, but if you activate this card, this lasts for 2 turns, baby. You're getting Featherstorm for 2 turns. That's even better, and it's a quick play, and you don't need any other setup behind it. This card is just really good. It stops most decks' engines in their tracks. They don't get to search for that whole turn, and you need to do that when you're breaking boards. Less toxic than Anti-Spell, though. Anyways, we're playing 3 Forbidden Droplet. This is the Annoying Thing Destroyer. Stops FTK, stops Puppet Lock, stops... What else? Vanadium FTKs, stops, you know, just generally just big boards, gets rid of Iblis. You know the deal. This is just get rid of annoying things card. And I love it for that. I like the fact this card is about to come back in the format. I wouldn't main deck it, to be honest. It's not good against absolutely everything. It's also, you know, you're taking cards away, but you have a lot of normal spells that you're activating. Specifically like Stake Your Soul. You go Stake Your Soul, reveal, then Droplet, send, pretty free. Really strong. Moving on to the hand traps. Phantasmes. I played 0 Link decks. So, the only time I sided this in was against Dark World because I was just really desperate for something. I was really down bad. I was like hoping that he'd summon Muckraker or something. I get a draw 2, ditch 1, and hope and pray, hope and pray. Maybe I'd play Droll. This could be a lot of things. It could be Droll. It could be DD Crow. But Phantasme is pretty good right now, and I was if you play against Rescue Ace, you play against a bunch of Link decks, Unchained, etc., you can draw into a lot of your hand traps, and here are some more hand traps. These were my MVPs this weekend. I understand new ban list, 1 Magnemite, but you just play the 3rd Druis Worm, and you're just happy days. These cards were so good, mostly because I played against Branded, and these saved me so many games. These are really good at breaking boards as well. You summon them on your own turn, you summon them on your opponent's turn. Extremely flexible cards. I love Bystials, and I hope they don't ever leave my side deck. Rest in peace, Magnemite, but Druis Worm's better anyways, baby. Alright, and that is the deck. That is first place. Do I have to get my mat? Hold on, I'll get my mat for proof. Alright, poof. Here's a mat. Yay.